Hello. I decided to record a video because I am so freaking stressed and pissed off right now. My Psoriasis. Hopefully my brain's gonna function because I'm stressed, and sometimes that makes me not be able to communicate properly. My psoriasis has flared up really bad. I am in so much freaking pain. It is so uncomfortable. It is so itchy. Just to move around and walk hurts a lot. When it's like this, having a shower hurts bad. The water just hitting it is so painful, and because you scratch, you cannot help it. It opens up, you know, where you scratch, and when the water hits that, it stings so fucking bad. I cannot even explain it. I mean, I guess I can. Think about when you cut yourself and you pour alcohol into it. Wipe it with an alcohol wipe. That's pretty much how it feels. All over though, wherever there is psoriasis that I've scratched, or that is split open by itself, because the skin builds up so much that it just splits open. Like the skin builds up a lot, and then when you move a certain part of you and it puts pressure, I guess, on the skin, it splits open because it has to. I don't know how else to explain it. I am scratching quite bad at the moment, so I am ripping skin off everywhere. I am bleeding everywhere. I am making it quite sore, as well as the soreness from it, like the normal soreness from psoriasis, because when the skin builds up, when it's plaque psoriasis, it is extremely uncomfortable because it's layer of skin upon layer of skin upon layer of skin upon layer of skin upon layer of skin. Hi, Panda. Hi, baby. And I'm pissed off because I freaking rang the rheumatologist 2 weeks ago yesterday. Hey, baby. He wants me to pat him while he suckles on his blankie. He's clearly tired. I rang the rheumatologist 2 weeks ago yesterday because I had started to get, like, since they put me on the new medication, and I was on the last medication, it was okay. I felt like it was controlled enough for me because I was not in pain, it was not sore, it was not itchy. Maybe it would get a little bit itchy at times, but it wasn't too bad. I had a couple of little patches on my elbows, maybe my knee, my butt, and the back of my thighs, a few patches, but that was pretty much it, and that's pretty good for how I've had it in the past and for how long I've had it for. And I could tell, especially when I got, I don't know which one it was now, this side, I think, I don't know, anyway, one side of my face, I got one patch there, actually, I think it was that. And as soon as I get a patch on my face, I'm like, it's gonna flare up, because that is the last place I ever got psoriasis in the whole time I've had it, which is since 2007, on and off, depending on the medication. And for most of that time, I never had it on my face. it was only until a few years ago, I would say, is when I started to get it on my face. And Panda, just lay down, baby. Stop being a fussy bum. And yeah, so now it's almost like if I get a patch on my face, I just know what's going to happen. And I knew what was going to happen, and I told them it was flaring back up. Nobody has rang me. I have left 4 or 5 messages, told them that I'm nearly out of my medication. It was my last script. My GP cannot prescribe it, only the rheumatologist can, because it's a special medication and has to go through government approval and all this shit. And I told them that I am going on holidays. I gave them the date when I'm leaving, and I said I'm going for a month. I have to have this sorted. Still nothing. And yesterday, as I said, it was 2 weeks, and I rang and I left another message, and still nothing. And this morning I've woken up and I didn't sleep well at all last night or the night before. And that happens because it's all over me. And do you know how hard it is to sleep when you're freaking uncomfortable everywhere? Everywhere is stinging and hurts so bad, and you're itchy as F-U-C-K. Basically. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I don't know if I really want to show it, to be honest. You can see a little bit there. I have blood all over my wedge pillowcase. And the wedge pillows are very hard to find a pillowcase for. I was very lucky and I found one. It was like $35. So I just washed the same one. I don't really want to buy a spare for that much money. It's ridiculous. But anyway, you know, I try and soak it and get the blood stains off, but it's hard. And it's all over my wedge pillow. It's on my sheets, my quilt. It's what happens because I'm scratching the crap out of myself when I'm asleep or when I'm in bed trying to go to sleep, and I don't realize how bad I'm scratching, especially if I'm asleep. Don't have any control over it. So yeah, I will probably edit a few bits out of here because I paused earlier when there was noise, and then my son just popped out of the hallway. No, I can't speak. Appeared outside my door, my room. Oh my God, woman. It's going to be one of those days. And spoke to me is what I'm trying to say, so I will be cutting that out. Panda, lay down, baby. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what this is, people. It's just a rant, I think. As I said, I'm freaking itchy. I can see it. It's all coming up here. That's psoriasis. I actually have pretty good skin, to be honest, and I'm very grateful for that. I rarely get pimples. 1 or 2 chin area every now and then, that's it. It's always been that way for me. I've been very lucky, but it certainly made up for it with the amount of psoriasis I've had all over my body for many, 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 many years. So you may get lucky in one way, but then you don't in another. That's life. Anyway, I'm really stressed because it's getting more and more painful and itchy, and it's taking over more of my body, and it makes it hard to do anything, and it really sucks, especially when I'm going away, and that is going to impact what I'm going to be able to do while I'm away. And that is really fucking frustrating, to be honest, which is why Panda is full rubbing against my arm, trying to force me to pat him. Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's like, this is why I fucking rang 2 weeks ago and let them know, so that gave them plenty of time to be able to ring me, organize all this shit and get it done before I go away. But no, because like normal, I am just pushed aside because I don't fucking matter and I'm insignificant to the medical system. And ever since I was 28 in 2002, I have had to deal with this shit. Being ignored, being shuffled from one doctor to another, having this test, having that test, and then you know, are seeing a specialist because you have to, there's no choice. You have to be on all this full-on serious medication that impacts your life every day. And you try to do the right thing. I ring and I am a nice, genuine, polite person. I'm not rude to people. That's not who I am. If I make a phone call, I'm polite. I always say, how are you? At the end of the call, I always say, have a nice day. If I leave a message for someone to call me back, I try not to harass them or anything. I just leave it. I give them time to be able to contact me. When they don't, of course, then I'm going to ring back, especially when it's something this serious. And then I'm going to leave another message. But I'm always still polite. And after I leave 5 freaking messages and it's over 2 weeks and I'm not getting a call back and I've explained exactly what's going on and that I'm in pain and it's itchy and it's getting worse and nobody calls you back, you get freaking pissed off. I'm telling you, I'm so pissed off today. So now they have ruined my day because I'm going to be in this mood all fucking day. And that's not good for me. That's not good for all my health conditions because I'm not supposed to get stressed. Because it aggravates everything. Hello, fuck me. So anyway, this is a very real and raw rant. And I don't care, I'm going to post it. Because, like I've said, I like to be genuine and real. I look like shit. I'm so fucking tired. Psoriasis coming up everywhere. If you don't want to see something really gross, then look away. This is your warning, but I'm going to show some of it just so you can see what I mean and imagine what this feels like. So that is on my arm. That bit in the middle is where it is split open. The darker bits are the dried blood from where I've either scratched it or where it is split open. You can normally tell when it's a split because it's like a little line. I don't know how to line across the skin, not just a little, I don't know what I'm saying, people. That, I can't show you, that big one is a split. It is just completely split open. And it is very red and like that because I have peeled the skin off. Because if I don't, it gets extremely uncomfortable and I have to use my cream, which helps to soften the skin for me to be able to pull it off. So, yeah, that's just my, I can't really show you anywhere else. It's quite rude, you know. These are just a couple of dots, but basically underneath my boobs is full-blown psoriasis. Like, all of the skin is covered in it. It is red, raw, and it is burning and itching and so fucking painful. And I can't really show you anywhere else because I can't flip the camera around while I'm recording. I don't know how, but I have a few big patches on my leg that are so itchy and I keep scratching them, and last night it had a big red ring around it. So I have to be careful because I can get infections from scratching because my immune system is lower than it should be. And it's honestly a nightmare. And I try to be grateful and I try to appreciate, you know, everything in my life. I'm so lucky in so many ways. But unfortunately, sometimes I'm a human being, which means I have this stupid body that does this, and I'm just having a day where I just need to release it because that's what you have to do. I've learned that. I have to just feel the emotions that go with it, process it, and let it go, let it flow. And that's what I'm trying to do because I am not happy today. And I get, you know, a bit depressed when this happens as well, because I'm in so much pain already, normally every day of my life. Whether I have a good day or a bad day, I'm still in some degree of pain. And then when you add the flared up skin on top of it, it's just a lot. It really is. And some days I've just had enough, you know? I'm just over it. I can't be all rainbow and sparkles and unicorns every single day, people. I try my best, trust me. But I can't be. And so I just need to get this out of my system, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go because this is gonna be a long video, and I've said all I need to say. I've said enough. Panda's here and he wants my attention, and I've got a coffee to drink, and I feel like fucking shit, so I'm just gonna go. I just wanted to quickly add this onto the end of this video. You might hear some noise. Sorry if you do. My son is fixing up our cat enclosure. So I'll just try and say this quick. I'm crying, as you can probably see. I'm quite stressed. I'm quite emotional. My psoriasis has been controlled for months now. A couple of little flares up, but not much. And it's basically been almost a month since I got back from my last trip to Adelaide, where I spent 2.5 weeks of quite a lot of stress due to the behavior and the attitude of my ex who I went with. And I went through quite a lot of stress from him in that trip, and I believe that is why my flare-up I'm having right now is so bad, because of the stress that I went through, the stress that he put me through, because he only cared about himself and nobody else, and spoke to me and treated me in ways that were not appropriate, and made me feel like there was nothing I could do about it, because he was my ride home, basically, and I was in his sister's home, is where we stayed, and it was like I just had to grin and bear it. And it was a lot on my mind, my body, my heart, my soul, the lot. And that is why I was so looking forward to when I go back to Adelaide, because he will not be there, and I would get a beautiful, peaceful, zen, fabulous holiday, which I deserve and which I am looking forward to. And now I'm stressed because I leave in just over a week, and my skin is bad, and it's going to make it harder and change what I can do and can't do, and it's just shit, and I'm just not happy. And I'm just expressing that. And then also I just put a video up. I recorded it a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot that I recorded it, and it was on my phone. So because I was clearing the memory on my phone, I found it, and I was like, oh, I'll upload that because I feel like it's important, because I talk about the whole way society sees beauty and how it needs to change. And somebody commented on there and said that they appreciate, I might not get the exact wording right, the comments there, they appreciate my pure and thoughtful words, I think is how they put it, and a couple of hearts. And I cried because that's exactly why I do my videos. If I can make one person feel that way, it is absolutely amazing, and it makes my soul feel so happy. And I just wanted to share that. Okay, bye.